Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number one between LLAMS. I still am not 100% sure how to pronounce this name. But I'm going to go with LLAMS. It's like llamas, but they're missing an A. Someone stole their A. Someone has made off with the llama, and so now they're just LLAM. And they're playing against Touch of Honey. This is going to be a best of three in the B Southeast Division. B is the best division. Though to be fair, Northeast is better than Southeast because that's the one I have. So I'm sorry, it's just facts. Um, looking at the overall point value doesn't mean a whole lot in week number two, but we do have LLAMS so far having 3 points to the board. Obviously, this is a week two match. This does mean that they have 2-0 their first week. They are fighting Touch of Honey, who has also gone 2-0 so far. So obviously, one of these teams with perfect record is going to be broken here tonight. We'll have to see which one it is. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, you guys are too. Looking over at the map band, we did go ahead and have the coin flip was won. Oh. I pressed the button, but then I didn't press the button correctly. That's the problem. The coin flip was won by the side of LLAMS. They have gone ahead and chosen to take first pick, which obviously gives map pick over to their opponents. But first, we did have to go ahead and get rid of some of these maps. As you can see, we do go ahead and have... It's not thinking. Sorry, I'm actually working on 30-second delay myself, so I'm slightly confused. Okay, no, it is. I'm just really behind. We do go ahead and have a touch of LLAMS taking out Battlefield of Eternity and Brax's Holdout. We do go ahead and have Tomb of the Spider Queen and Towers of Doom being taken out by Touch of Honey. Touch of Honey very obviously having something against the maps that begin with T. And in order to further submit just how much they are anti-end of the alphabet, they have chosen to take us to Alterac Pass. Alterac Pass is kind of interesting. It's one we don't see played very often. The map objective is super effective. Though it's one of those things, whenever it comes out, kind of like the Tomb of the Spider Queen, you have to pick, where do I put my forces? Do I try and support all three of the charges? Or do we just, punch into one of their fortifications to get it down, force our opponents to try and defend us, and then the other two can just get value by themselves? Though that does mean that you aren't getting as much experience, so that is the trade-off. I think, generally speaking, whenever you do that, your opponents, if they actually try and defend you, will end up losing more. But at the same time, you get less experience, versus they can actually not pressure your push to the other two lanes to take out those ones and then come in, but you get a mass amount of value. Normally in the first one, you'll get the entire fort and even keep wall. So it definitely makes a big difference on where we choose to go, where we want to end up. We are waiting for all of the teams to get in here, or all of the players to get in here. Both teams are represented, but one of the teams only has 4 players, and somehow making it do a 4 versus 5 just doesn't seem fair. Doesn't seem sporting. I would not be up for that. We'll be getting into the draft in just a second. Don't you guys worry. This is a map is interesting, so I don't know the meta quite as well. It definitely does help to have someone that can kind of like hold back the minions by themselves. And also having a pretty good pick comp is helpful, because there's nothing worse than having people at a range just kind of picking you off, sieging into you. So being able to actually dive onto them and just get an uneven fight is very helpful in this map. But there's a lot of strategies that all can work. I've even seen some people go for like a counter push style, where they'll just try and distract the other team and knock them back, while one of their players just pushes the bottom lane like crazy. The big problem with that, of course, is that when you push the bottom lane all the way, you'll get to the boss, and then the boss has 40% shields, so you still can't actually end, even though you've pushed to the core. I'm wearing leather pants today, and so I try and cross my legs, and I just can't. It's a big problem. So we will. Typically, whenever I see this map, this map does not have as big a priority on side soaking as I see. There's not as many bans or picks on the globals, though you still do see Falstad and Brightwing, because Falstad and Brightwing are just very well-tuned heroes. But it's not like in Cursed, where they're you're just seeing them banned out because they're so overwhelmingly good. still waiting for that last player to get here. I may have started this a little bit early, but it was time, and I was going into like we're almost out of pre-roll music, so I needed to get in here and talk about stuff. But unfortunately, I can't actually move anywhere else. Let me make sure that you guys can hear me. So, yep, it definitely looks like you guys are able to hear me. That is good. I appreciate that. Let me know if like game sounds are too loud or anything like that. Be glad to fix it for you guys. So, with that being said, we will be getting into this in just a second. I am actually completely out of things to say. We don't even have all the players yet. So I am going to take us back to the like roll in screen. I'm sorry, I'm out of stuff to say, and I feel oh, actually, our last player just joined. We might be going in very, very quickly, I hope. Maybe, possibly. Alright, everyone is in. I'll just go ahead and say Master ready. Let them know not to wait for me. We should be going into this in just a second. But it'll take too long. I do have another cast at 11. I would rather not go straight into it. But granted, both of these teams did 2-0 last week, so they could be very, very even, but that at very least means that they know how to end games. So you go to a 3-game series, they shouldn't be like exceedingly long 3-game series. Alright. Waiting to go into this. Teams this time, for those of you that aren't, because a lot of these teams do have like more than just 5 players, we are going to go ahead and have Touch of Honey is being played by Jared Roski, Daily Peach, Black Jesus, or Black Jesus, I don't mind saying it, Quiet Time. Although with only one team, actually I think it's actually Quiet Time, and support name. LLAMS is going to be Sonar, Stoic, Malaha. I keep wanting to say Malhalla. I guarantee you I'm going to say Malhalla at some point during this cast. But it's Malaha, Lamort, and Ace. Okay, there is the last ready. I'm like, I am legit. I just don't even know what to do at this point. But we're going right now. No problem, no problem. Alright guys, we are here. We are into the draft of game number 1 between, as I said, Touch of Honey and LLAMS. Waiting for all the players to join, then we'll go in and get to the first ban. First ban will be on the side of LLAMS, because obviously that's what happens if you don't get to pick the map. You get to go ahead and have first pick and first ban. Oh, that 30-second delay is killing me, because I only get to actually see the preview monitor. So I'm just looking over there and be like, come on, change. I'm always afraid that something messed up. There we go. Nope, we're good. We're fantastic. Love it. Alright, who's that first band going to be? It's always interesting to me whenever teams don't know the first band. They like have to discuss it, and I'm like, you knew you had first band? Everything later kind of makes more sense, but the first band, I'm like, come on, you should know this part. That's like not knowing your name on the test. Right, in your name. Oh, crap, I didn't study this. Would you go ahead and have Maiev and Orphea band out? So Maiev, interesting, definitely target. Actually, both of them are more than likely targeted, if I had to take a guess. But Maiev definitely says this is a tight map. There's a lot of like narrow angles. We do not want Maiev being able to force us into a narrow area, so I just exploded. Obviously, something that their opponents have shown previously. They're going to get rid of the Lucio, as I said, not as high a priority on globals. Lucio just gives them that extra bit of health. So that says we don't want to be held in one area, and we don't want you to have shielding. So definitely seems to be a blow-up conflict we got coming out of LLAMS. Orvia and Johanna, these just seem to be comfort fix on the other side. They're trying to keep their opponents from having that. Boop. So here's the big question, what are we actually picking? This is where we really get to see things come together, and we do actually have the Brightwing being taken first by Malaha. So after I just said that globals are not as high priority, Malaha says, I love this hero, I don't care. Oh, interesting, we've got Kira in presumably the 4-man, and then Black Jesus going to be the white Korean girl. I could definitely make a joke about specifically switching those two heroes, but I don't think I will. That seems like a little bit of edgy territory. Picking D.Va into... I always am interested when teams go in and pick their off-laner before they have to, because obviously as a team with second pick, you could pick the off-lane into your opponent.
Do your worst.
Yrel going to go into D.Va. That is a pretty good matchup. D.Va does struggle into Yrel a little bit. I remember there was a thing Yrel is often considered a counter for D.Va. At high levels, D.Va can't go ahead and get the level 7 stun talent, and just like every time Yrel jumps, just charge forward, stun her for a second, knock her back to the ground, and you can actually make that a non-losing matchup, but it doesn't ever turn into like an easily won matchup. Cool Dad being banned out. We also do have Mei and Yrel. I already said Yrel, but Mei is something important to talk about. Mei does have a bit of an easier time with D.Va, because D.Va has just a massive hurt box. Using Street Fighter terms, look at me, cultured as hell. Alright, second ban. They do not have a tank yet. They don't have a healer either. And then you go rid of the Anu Barak. They said we don't want you to be able to remove someone from the fight for any length of time. Plus, Anu Barak just stuns forever. And you already have Kira that just does ridiculous damage. There's this little bump at the base of my boots that's just driving me crazy. I don't like it. I have a problem with it. Make it not be there. So we do have Blaze going into the Mei, fire versus ice. I like it. And then Greymane, very, very, very good. So the amount of damage that can come out of a touch of honey is terrifying. Greymane, one of the greatest bursts in the game. And then Kira is in the 4-man. So just bleeding everyone up. Plus Kira is just no slouch when it does to doing a lot of damage over a very short period of time.
Victory for the Forsaken.
We do have the Falstad, so a surprising amount of global coming out of LLAMS. We do go ahead and have Falstad and Brightwing going to be able to do a decent amount of side soaking. And then Sylvanas, they might be going for the side push strategy. And it is going to be the healer on the side of Anata Honey. Looking at this, I'm a little bit scared. I feel like if Sylvanas and Falstad get gotten onto, that Kira and Greymane will just rip them apart. They both have a little bit of escape. Sylvanas better than Falstad, but it's going to be very, very rough for them. If Mei and Yrel can keep them back, I do think this is LLAMS' game to lose. But if they can't, they'll just shred them from the backline. We'll go into the game right now. Look forward to it, and talk to you in just a second. Alright, here we go, loading into the game. Fantabulous. So, go ahead and introduce the teams just so we get it. You know what? Why not? I'll go ahead and do it now. We do have Jared Roski on the side of Touch of Honey. We do have Jared Roski playing that Greymane. Daily Peach is coming in on that Kira. Black Jesus on the D.Va. Quiet Time is playing the Blaze. And who was our last person? We have Support Main playing Anduin to the surprise of nobody. Support Main totally looks like they at some point played the game for a while and then moved on to something else. On the other side, coming in on the side of LLAMS, would you go and have Lamort coming in and playing that May? The Death Knight May always messes me up for just a second. I think it's Sonia, because Sonia also has a Death Knight skin. Stoic is playing the Pirate Falstad. We do have Sonar moving around on the playing Yrel, but riding the Li Ming chariot. We do have Ace coming in on that their Sylvanas, and Malaha is going to go ahead and be on the Brightwing. Pull up those talents, and are we already zoomed out? I forgot. To go ahead and have Falstad taking Liquid Fire, going to be going ahead and moving that up throughout the game. May indicate they're going for an auto attack build, which would not be terrible. Kira definitely does not like being chunked down. When she goes in, she likes being able to heal, and just steady its auto attack damage will counter the Kira pretty well. Kira does actually go for maximum effort, not the stacking bleeding quest. Normally, I do see the off lane or the 4-man Kiras go for the stacking quest. We have Falstad moving down below in order to square off this Kira, and the Yrel moves up top. That actually reminds me of Danganronpa whenever I see it. There's like a little mini game when he goes into just like thinking time. Stoic down here against Daily Peach. Daily Peach not really willing to go in just yet. Wants Stoic to get far enough away that she can do a lot of damage. We already have Anduin and Jared Roskin moving back on that camp. Getting these camp on cooldown is incredibly important on this map. And we do see Sylvanas on the other side. Sylvanas will be able to get this by herself, although it does look like Lamort is moving back there as well. Here's a little bit of help just for your friend. Like Jesus up here against Sonar. Trying to stay back, does not want to get slammed into a wall. The Diva did go ahead and picked up the full metal. So we kill a little bit off of that. Looks like we do have a potential flank coming in, looking for Stoic. There's support mate. Goes in, does actually get the root. There's just the pop. Sorry, Brightwing, no can do. No heal for your bird friend. That is a bit of a failure to call, I think, because there was no way they were on any camp. The fact they disappeared and weren't seen from should have been something that Stoic moved back because of. But oh well, that is first kill of the game, first blood for a touch of honey. Or like a touch of murder, if you ask me. Go ahead and have May did rotate down below to get that experience. Very wisely done.
The Horde's keeping some of our soldiers prisoner. Get ready to free them.
Alright, once again, just another attempt at a gank, but this time Sonar does go back. Does actually get rooted, but is safely behind the wall. Alright, that was a bit unnecessary, my friend. And it was like, this mana is being used because you had to taunt within range of the tower? Not this guy.
All right, lads and lassies. Keep our prison camp from being captured and get our soldiers out of the Hordes.
Oh, nice job for the Anduin. Actually went there, but Port goes immediately. Does also stun that out. Anduin is out of cooldowns, and we do go ahead and have it start being channeled by Law. So I actually stopped talking for a second, and I didn't realize because I'm super good at my job. That happens sometimes. I'll start watching a game, and I'll just be like, "Oh, this is really good." And I'll just like, and I'm like, "Crap! I'm supposed to be casting."
Well done.
I would do go ahead and have Touch of Honey, get the camp back, did get 17, get about 13 seconds channeled before they fell back. Goes in, but does not have backup. Right now, we do go in that the Falstad is flying in. There is still a camp pushing into this. Oh, a lot of damage coming onto Yrel. Yrel is having to fall back. Does have very little. There is the bomb. May has no health. Does get clipped by the very edge of that bomb. I think, actually, no, it looks like Greyman took that out. So Daily Peach hanging out here.
Guard the cage until the lock is open. Don't let the Horde near it.
Oh, I had actually noticed that it has the little lion symbol right there. That's awesome. I love that. I love it. So here come the Pony Riders, and here goes Yrel. Yrel gets taken out, and here's going to be some free push from Mercenaries coming out on the side of Touch of Honey. Fantastic move in, fantastic takeaway. And here they come, the heroic ponies. Actually, they're rams, but you know what? Close enough. So this is a bit of a problem because they're actually not... Okay, those did get down. They actually moved over to this. It's just going to take it out almost for free. You know what that means? There's no extra defense coming here. And here are the Ram Riders. Moving in, taking stuff out, doing everything they can. Yrel jumps in, absolutely out of her mind, but does knock two of them back. And we do have a Ram Rider taken out. Front wall is not going to live through this. Down below, Peach and Stoic are squaring off, and there goes the other Ram. Lastly, up top, the wall is already gone. This is the one that's doing the most, because unfortunately, Lamort is just a tank. It does not quite have the damage output as a lot of the other players, people in his team. Literally none of them, except for Anduin. Yeah, I said it. Maze at the end of is higher than Anduin. Fight me.
Fight will not be in vain. The Frost Wolves are finished.
We have Ace moving in, trying to get some extra damage onto this wall. Lamort and Malala are nearby. Malaha? Malaha is almost the same as Malala. I swear, Malala, when I say it wrong, sounds like something from Metal Gear Solid 2. Nice job. Stuart goes ahead and barrel rolls out of that, and then Kira just ends up like very deep, takes a lot of free damage. So Sonar takes it. Does come in from the back, ends up being pounced on by Jared Rosie. There is a nice two-person ice wall coming in. It's knocked back. A lot of damage coming down. We do have a silence on the Greymane. The Quiet Time goes ahead and bursts the combustion. Does hit a few people, but it looks like Quiet Time is the next one to go down. Stoic is not going to be long for this world, but there's a double kill. It comes back to Brightwing, goes down as well. This is a 2-for-2 at this point. Bomb comes out from D.Va. Does get knocked away. Ace very low, but going to be just fine. However, while they're down here fighting, there is a Mercer camp in the middle. When it does get cleaned up. Actually, no, there's still two more. I can see.
Prison camp to knock down.
Mercer camp is back up. Lamort and Ace are moving along the bottom, doing everything they can. We're say, I need to take some advantage right here. Our opponent's moved away, moved to the middle lane. Let's go ahead and knock down this wall. We've already got one of the towers. Jared Rosie is in the area. Let's go ahead and shoot some cocktails. I'm actually just reading a book right now that's set in the 1920s, and I'm like, there's prohibition. You can't do that. Because apparently I have not moved past what I'm reading in terms of my historical knowledge.
Free our soldiers and show the horde what the Stormpike Guard
5-man is up here. They do have a level 12 advantage, but not a talent tier advantage. Okay, they actually baited out Kira's ult. That's actually very big of them. Sonar tries to come in for a flank. Has to move back, but he's ready to jump in. He's ready to go lead. There's the ice wall. Ice wall only has one person, and we actually have D.Va takes out the false snap. There's a big combustion coming in. Does look like the challenge is stopped for right now. Here's another big move in. Malala is going to get out of there. Sonar bursts everyone back. I do apologize for saying Malala so much. I was watching Game Some Quick, and they named the main character of Fire Emblem Malala, so they just said it over and over again, but it's Malaha. It does look like LLAMS has gone ahead and said, you know what? We're going to take this now. That way you can't invade it after you finish the camp.
Yes! Time to show them what the Stormpikes can do!
Peach wanted to start this and is not allowed. The Alliance, indeed. Everyone rushes on out. Once again, the Rams are smashing into the foolish grunts and spear throwers. I might be an alliance girl, can you tell? Sure. I've literally never been asked to do the town's town before. Usually people are yelling at me to have them up. That's interesting. Alright, would you go in at the bottom being taken out very, very quickly? So would you go and lose the bottom and the mid fort to the aggression of Ketchupani?
Win you the war, Thar.
And it does look like we're going to go ahead and have the boss being started up by Deadly Pete's Jared Rose. Actually, just basically the entire blue team. This is seen though, and they're going for an invade. They're not going for a boss trade. So here they go in right now. I expect an Ice Wall to try and cut this off, but nice. Oil comes down in order to stop this, but there is the jump in from Urel. Urel knocks everyone back. Kira goes down. There is that Ice Wall, catches two people. Lamort is in the middle of nowhere, is getting a lot of damage done to him. But the boss is picked up. Quiet Time goes ahead and gets picked off. The boss kind of body blocks everyone. They're moving in, trying to get this taken care of. Oh, I don't mind at all. It's just I've literally never had anyone to ask me to put it down, so I'm just like, what? I am here to give you the best value that I can, so do not hesitate to ask. I will do nearly anything that I can to make your viewing experience more pleasurable. So we do go ahead and have a counter kill on this fort, and they are still pushing. Meanwhile, Fossil has come up to the top lane, trying to push in against the top, trying to get some counter value. Counter value is not really the word from side value. There's the better one. There is the light bulb. Light bulb gives a great pushback from Urel. Keep that from happening. A lot of damage. There is the Ice Wall. Ice Wall catches 3 people. We still have to kill on Sylvanas and Brightwing. Black Jesus looking in. One Sonar does get burst back, but Anduin goes ahead and says, "No what? They were smack talking my DPS output. Here's a kill all on the Anduin. That is a 4-4-0. Although granted, there was like a 3-for-0 in the previous fight, so it still ends up with 11 kills to 4 in favor of Tetramani. We're going to have the top fort being taken down. So at the end of the day, we are at 1 fort to 1 fort, although this fort barely counts for the name, down to about 3,000 health. You're going to have the Mercy camp being picked up by Ace Third and Malaha. Here's everyone else nicely moving around. Quite a bit of aggression coming here from the Mercy camp. The other one has been cleaned up by the other side. And a little bit of a rotation in. They're looking for... Oh, they're looking for the objective. For some reason, I completely missed the fact that it actually already spawned. So don't have been going for it. There is... Oh, nice job sidestepping that by Sonar. And Quiet Time just gets stuff by the mate. There's the Bunny Hop on top of the Stoic. But a lot of damage. There is the... Poor Stoic. Stoic's like, I want to move in, but I can't. And there's the Gust. Just go ahead and push people back to the wall. A lot of damage comes from Quiet Time. Quiet Time does use combustion, goes back down to about 300 health. Lamort on top of a lot of these enemies, trying to finish this off. Very low health bar. Lamort having to fall back. There is a kill onto Greymane. As one goes in, Black Jesus is knocked out of the mech, and we are to have a kill onto Kira. But oh, Sonar has no health at the moment. That is Urel. Urel is being incredibly durable. And they do fall back once again. Once again! Go ahead and say, you know what? Last time we had a rare... Go ahead and try and invade this. We dare you. You won't? Haters will say we can't do this. You know what? They can. And it's not even being contested by the other side. Not that I blame them. A 3 versus 5 is not usually sufficient to move into a boss. Do have Sylvanas going back. I actually thought that was false dead for a second, but that is going to be a bit of a problem. Sylvanas actually has to run back. She is not able to teleport. I mean, she is a little bit, but not super well. It's hard to say, like, legitimately, we have a boss going down top lane for LLAMS. The first two objectives were taken by a touch of honey, but in terms of actual overall map damage, I mean, touch of honey is a little bit ahead, only because this fort is barely alive. But in terms of actual damage, both of them have taken down 2 forts, and that's about it. In terms of kills, definitely a touch of honey is ahead. So it does look like all of the ults are available except for Urel's. Urel's, hey, go ahead, hit me, I dare you, is not available at the moment. They're looking to go in one more time. Stoic might be in a bad place. Oh my god, if Stoic had, like, there's been a taunt available, but there's not. There is Bunny Hop going ahead. How does Bunny Hop hit? He flies? We have Stoic down. That's almost assuredly going to be another bout of Ram Riders coming out in favor of a nice absorption to take that combustion. But it does look like LLAMS is going to have a hard time to actually move in on this objective. This is a huge wave right here, you guys. Oh my god. I just want to appreciate that for a second. I know I'm leading the action, but they're not attacking, so it's okay. So one more round of Ram Riders. But this is going to do a lot of damage before it finally goes down. They are moving over to take care of it right now. Ram Riders are moving across the map. It does look like most of the defense is being in the middle. The top fort was actually taken down during all that. I didn't notice at the time, but it obviously happened. Alright, middle is going to be cleaned up very, very effectively. But here comes a big push coming in from the side. They want to go ahead and make sure they're trying to catch this rotation. Unfortunately for them, that was seen by Lamort, so no one's going to be caught off guard by it. The Falstad is up top. Everyone else is trying to keep this from being too damage. If they can save all 3 keeps here, that's incredible. And it does definitely look like they may be able to, because the objective is already down to 25% health. But they did bring Stoic down here. Nowhere's defending top right now. Is moving in. They're trying to get it down. I do think they'll probably get this move well. Yep, they do, but they don't really get any damage done to the keep. So all 3 keeps do stand, and 2 of the Moonwells. Well, once again, they're thinking about this boss. It's dangerous because your opponents have all 5 of their members up, and Lamort is already in the area. They know about it. They checked this bush last time. They do it again. Yes. Then Peach gets left in the middle of the entire... Oh, great polymorph in order to interrupt that. Here comes the nuclear blast. Eva goes in and explodes on everyone. There's a great ice wall. Ice wall catches 2 people in the back line. But Greymane in the back does go ahead and take out Sylvanas. May goes down. It's 2 for 1 in favor of Touch Honey right now. They're going in. Their focus is on Stoic right now. They're trying to get that done. There comes the level 20 Mighty Gust, Eternal Gust.
More of our soldiers have been taken prisoner. Let's take them back.
So they are down May and Sylvanas, but their opponents are down Greymane, who is their finisher. So it's really harder for them to actually finish kills now. And you know what? Urel is no slouch when it comes to taking damage. So they are going to move down here to go in and take this boss, and their opponents do not want to move in 3 versus 4. Though they actually could, that is a fight that can go in your favor. It's just not as guaranteed. Boss is moving along bottom lane. And it does look like the forces of Tachapani are moving, well, I was going to say straight up to top boss, but it seems like they're getting distracted. They took a detour. They're seeing the countryside. The countryside is a bunch of orc bodies, if you didn't know. The opponents are all up, but they do need to stop this. But it looks like they are starting to move it. They're going to have Paul Fed come up later. Solar is moving up, and they are engaging right here. They want another go. They want another round. This will be the first part of the game going down to that boss. So, Sonar takes a lot of damage. Just go ahead and pop her ult. There is the bunny hop once again on Stoic. That freaking diva does not like the bird. Bird, 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 so bird. You go ahead and pop the mech. And we do have 2 kills to none this time. That's even worse than last time. Last time was 2 kills to 1. So if you are a fan of LLAMS, then you better be rooting for game number 2 because it looks not very good right now. We're going to have the boss picked up by Touch of Honey. Just a spoonful of honey helps the slobbering go down. Alright, now we'll go ahead and hit the opponent's camp. So you know what, we really want this to push into mid. And this time it does not have the nice and friendly keep here, or fort here. So we'll just push into this wall very, very hard. Hit it very hard. Alright, 50 seconds until we have more Ram Riders going across the map. Now keep in mind, this is actually Tachapani's pick for the map, so it's not surprising they have some specific strats that they're doing very well here. We'll have to see what happens next time. Will we again have first pick? I'm already calling this over, but it really feels like it's going to be hard to hold this back. They did stop the boss and did not lose a second keep. That is good. There's a great ice wall, catches 2 people. Lamort goes in, Deadly Peach is going to be frozen. There is Stoic going ahead and catching them with the over-the-wall hurricane. Rocky like a hurricane. That is a 2 for none. Actually, you know what? Lamort does go down, but they're on top of it. There is the bunny hop, but they're actually running the wrong way. However, the Rams are finished, and they're moving across the map. There's Sonar coming in. He's coming. I actually don't know I do like the Harley Quinn Urel, let me just say that. So pretty. Look at that hair. Look at this gang. This button popped their ult in order to make sure. But there's Spirit. They're going to go ahead and knock her back. A lot of damage coming through. We do have Brightman coming up and no actual gang. Urel is unkillable. Urel is broken. I almost made a really bad joke, but then I decided not to. Alright, they just go ahead and just ignore the bottom one because they knew they could come back and figure it out. And one wave by itself has a very, very difficult time killing the boss. Although an easier time now because they did go ahead and get rid of top keep. So the boss only has a 20% damage reduction. That's one of the things that always, like, I get it from game design, but the way it works is that with 1 keep up, the boss has 20% damage reduction. With 2 keeps up, the boss has 40% damage reduction. With 3 keeps up, the boss has 100% damage reduction. What is in that 3rd keep? Alright, once again, seems like the battle of the boss one more time. However, if this boss does fall to their opponents, we are actually going to see probably the end of the game. They went for a gank, but man, they just went straight into it. They really, really, really know how to have some gank in this
More
map.
of our soldiers have been taken prisoner. Let's take them back.
It does look like Touch of Honey are leaving. Our LLAMS are going to actually take us down. If we're going to get out of here, we're going to go in and take the boss. Then push through your stuff. And he's just going to get taken out very nicely. Here come Touch of Honey back. I feel like they didn't actually think they would do that. There's Bunny Hop, but Bunny Hop is not on Stoic this time. Kira is on it, but there is the big old dust. But once again, they just really do not like the bird. However, the bird friend comes in, and we're kind of everywhere when it comes to this fight. Sonar takes a lot of damage now. There is the Diva Bomb, and we do have a kill onto Urel and also Brightwing. Daily Peach is on top of Ace, waiting to go ahead, waiting for that cooldown on. Actually, thought that was the other one. They're gonna move in, try and get this taken care of. Stoic does not have Russian move, have her ult for a little bit. A lot of damage onto Black Jesus. And they do go ahead and get on top of Stoic to take him out. Do not want to pull, but Ace does go ahead and get behind the safety port. The boss is down to 50%. I don't know if they can hold this. My guess is no. I don't think Ace is that cool. GG is called as the Orc Chieftain does go down. I forget his name. It's not Vandor Stormpike, it's the other one. But with that, we do have game number 1 going in favor of A Touch of Honey. Looking at the talents at the end of the game, we do go ahead and have Anduin leading the healing race, but only just barely, about 4,000 over the course of the game. Over Malaha. In terms of hero damage, we do have Ace. Okay, remember when I said Ace wasn't quite that cool? He's still pretty dang cool. Does come in and does 86,000 damage across the course of the game. Next closest damage to go was 20,000 behind that from Jared Roski. And then Daily Peach comes in third. And there's that ever important soak. We do go ahead and have Falstad leading the way, followed up by Urel. But the big thing is just these kills down here in the corner. We do end up with 21 kills versus 9, which is why, even though the experience contribution was so much better between Stoic and Sonar, we had a 1 level advantage. Looking at talents right quick. Look at them, copy them, love them, and hate them. But regardless, copy them down. I am not a good enough player to really talk about them. I can at least look at Diva. Diva does go ahead and actually takes the aggressive matrix, which is interesting. That's the healing reduction one, which is odd because they didn't take any other talents that really deal with the matrix, even though this is the one that lets you cast matrix more often. Here's the stun. Bunny Hop, as we saw. Pilot in for the kill and stop and pop. So we'll go ahead and get ready for game number 2. Look forward to it. I'll see you guys in just a second. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to game number 2. We are on Infernal Shrines. Once again, the map pick was selected by Tatapani. But I do have to say that in terms of trying to pull a fast one on your opponents, I feel like more teams are going to have a little bit more trouble with Ultrac Pass than they will Infernal Shrines. Infernal Shrines is the second most popular map of NGS, or maybe even the first. I know number 1 and number 2 are Battlefield and Infernal, so this is definitely a map that LLAMS is super, super experienced with. So will not really be caught off guard by. Not to say that they were caught off guard last time, but I do feel like the majority of teams do have to struggle a little bit more trying to, that's just a map they're not as practiced on. Once again, the Maya band coming out of LLAMS, they say, you know what? We're just really brawly teams, and we don't like being forced to stand together. We have COVID right now. There's 6-foot distancing, and all Maya wants to do is put us in a box and make us hug. No hugs. No, we refuse. To go ahead and have the respect ban coming out on, I think it was Lamort last time, coming out for the May. Say, yeah, I don't remember who banned last time, but that May got a lot. That May is all very, very cold, and it's summer, so it actually felt kind of good, but still, no, enough is enough. Oh, the Hogger, definitely a map respect ban. Hogger could kind of just start taking the shrine, go get a soda, come back, and they have the immortal. It's a problem. And then again, that second ban still on the Johanna. That to me says they just a good tank is really the kryptonite that Tatapani has to worry about. So they just try to take all of the tanks that they are afraid of away. Not a bad strategy at all. I respect it. Lamore can come out with an immediate blaze. Now keep in mind, this is actually, but quite some perspective, the saying, hey, you banned this in the third one, you're not banning it this time, so we now have fire versus spiders. I gotta tell you, in all the video games I play, the best counter to spiders is fire. Fire just burns their web away. It solves a lot of puzzles. This makes me concerned. Video game logic says that LLAMS has an advantage right here. We also do have Dahaka, so we just have the full insect. Will we have Zagara coming up as well?
Xerneas will rise again.
Stay a while and get wrecked, says Deckard, who is very, very good at making you stand in place, and Stoic going to get on the gray lane. Got very, very tired of being picked on as a bird, so was going to say, I'm just going to eat faces. You can't pick on me if you're dead. PP Voice Copyright Rock Enterprises 2021. Once again, the Orphea was the first ban. It's still up, so they say we still don't like you having it, and you still have another DPS character to pick. Now, is Dahaka their offlaner? I think so. I do think Black Jesus was their diva last time, so probably have already shown their offlaner. And they do go ahead and say, you know what, that hero was nasty, just got on top of people, made it hard for us to run away. So yeah, just no hero, no thank you. We've got coming up. We still need a. We've got the offlaner. We still need a healer and both DPS. It's always interesting when you say DPS for the end. You just like the Tychus in order to really just burn through the blaze. There's no one else the Tychus is super good against. But Tychus is super good all by himself. He does not need to be super good against anyone, so still works. And we do also have the Alexstrasza, played by Courtney. Oh, and Fine Guy coming in with that raid. Rides on crossing my legs or trying to. It's difficult. My pants are not good at letting me cross my legs. But welcome, welcome, welcome. We are going into game number 2 between Tatsunati and LLAMS. This is the B Southeast Division, which is almost as cool as the B Northeast Division. Oh, interesting. We do have a Mephisto and we have a Diablo. So that does mean the Blaze is off later. They tricked us. And a Butcher? I'm very interested to see where this draft goes. I do not have a huge amount of predictions. I'm very, very... But you know what? We'll go ahead and get into the game right now and find out what happens. Look forward to it. I know I am. Butcher? Alright, welcome to game number 2. We are on Infernal Shrines. Coming in on the side of A Touch of Honey, we have support main in the absolute golden, glorious Alexstrasza. We do go ahead and have Quiet Time playing the Beetle Boy, Anubarak. Black Jesus is skulking around on that there Dahaka. Jared Roski is going to be Tygus. And then presenting, very rarely seen in the Nexus, His Infernal Majesty, the Butcher, being played by... today, Daily Peach. On the other side of the battlefield, we do have coming in from LLAMS, Stoic coming out on Greymane, Wolf Daddy himself, Lamort on that Dibbles. Sonar is coming out on Mr. Blaze. We do have Balaha is playing the Deckard Cade, and Ace on Mephisto. Lot of Diablo on this map, I've got to say. We've got Butcher, we've got Diablo, we've got Mephisto, we've got Decky. So far, we have 7 stacks. Looking at quest intelligence, we have new habits coming up from the blade, and then enhanced agility on that there Dahaka. General Range of Astral was taken by Anubarak. Go ahead and put those out of the way so you can see what happens, but I will be checking on me periodically. Back and forth. We do also have Sonar up the top and fighting off with Black Jesus. Alright, still push this up. No one is actually answering it on the other side. So this is going to be a little bit of early pressure, a little bit of early experience. There's the attack onto Butcher. Got a little bit ahead of everyone else. Double root. Double trouble. Double soaking seems a little bit more on point on the side of LLAMS. Oh, I get it! Butcher, because they're playing against LLAMS? That's great! Sorry, that just made me super excited. Alright, going to have to pick up. No one going for bottom camp just yet. But again, just like already a quarter level lead coming for LLAMS. And Daily Peach, you need to be careful. You're kind of here by yourself. What you do? A lot of damage to Stoic, but Daily Peach does manage to get out just barely. Takes a decent bit of damage.
Be active soon. Prepare yourselves for the slaughter.
Oh, I forgot the prediction. Gosh dang it. It's still early enough. I think it's okay. Alright, we do go ahead and have a Touch of Honey picking up their Shaman camp up here. So you see that moving across. This will require some sort of response at some point. They might have time to clear this if they get a lot of this. Ace comes in with a lot of damage with Mephisto. Oh, Sonar actually missed the charge and is deep keeping the enemy territory. Here's Lamort coming in as well. It's like, I'll help you, fire buddy. Is it fire team a military term? I think it is. Support making a lot of damage, but they are up to 25. If they're going to move in, they need to do something now. The Shaman camp is already almost at their base. There's a nice 4-man root. It's a shame. I don't think that they took level 1. A lot of damage. Oh, we have Dahaka down below, down to 40 health. The Morph just barely missed that. Titan takes a huge bit of damage. You have Quiet Time right in the middle. He's going to go in and get taken out. Deckard goes ahead and gets first blood. Blood all over his beard, just dripping off him. You thought that was potion? No. We do have the Arcane Punisher picked up by Touch of Honey. We do have 38 meat so far from Butcher. Blaze did go up and actually took care of the, Labor's like, will you jump already? Come on! So would you go ahead and have this one taken down? Oh, and Tychus left the game. That's the problem.
A hero has left the battle.
I hope they pause. I definitely can't. I'm not a referee, and even if I could, it is up to them. Alright, Tychus comes back. I'm a bit surprised they can use one of their pauses, but okay. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. You don't have to. Don't let me tell you what to do. A little bit of a big wave up here that no one is taking care of. Taka is moving up there to get this experience. There is about a half-level lead on the side of LLAMS. Blaze is also on his way up. Alright, Stoic just gets absolutely demoralized. I think Stoic is in there a little bit soon. It just got focused to death. That is going to be the first kill on the side of Ketchup Honey. Butcher is up to 80 stacks currently. This camp is about 2 minutes away from being done. It does look like they're making a move for their shaman camp, I think. They're thinking about it. I'm thinking about it, even if they aren't. Here we go. Stoic says, you know what? These shamans are delicious. Butcher's not the only one that wants meat. Nom 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 nom. Now Butcher goes ahead and finishes up his souls. He can now int freely. He actually can't. So we do go ahead and have the Stoic taking that. It does go down to about 25% health. Let's go ahead and park on back. Big fight over here. Lily Peach gets pushed back, but there is a nice wave, so no extra damage comes from the towers. At least not into the heroes. With that being done, we go ahead and have everyone else. Support main is leading the charge up to the Beetle. Actually, quite a leading the charge. I didn't pay just the Beetle. 2 pages just the Beetles. Base moves up, does a decent bit of damage to Jared Rossi, but is almost immediately healed back by support main. And we do have a Mortar Shrine coming up at the bottom. Mortar is not the best one you can get. I'm not going to say they're not going to fight for it, but they're not going to be as excited to fight for it, we'll say that. Once again, we do have Touch of Honey making a position on the shrine and being able to fight from it, like built in for this. Lemore comes in. Lemore does not have a lot of support at the moment. Does fall back out. He's looking for a charge target. He's now in charge quiet time. There's the stun coming in. Oh, and there's a lot of damage landing on a Stoic. Nice. There's a 2-person stairwell. There is the silence coming down from Butcher. Stoic is down to about 200 health. Black Jesus is hot on their trail. Let's go ahead and finish that off. Is the Tychus. Quiet time is going to be the counter kill. It looks like getting pushed right back into the thing. But a lot of killing coming out of that Alstraza does actually be that heavy. Alstraza does pop dragon form to do that. And it does look like Touch of Honey is going to get this, at the very least, get the initial bit of this. You have 10 seconds to bring this back. Else kind of moving in here. Bit of damage from Mephisto where he takes less damage. He's trying to go in there. I assume Mephisto is the zone to teleport. I actually don't play Mephisto. I don't know a lot about him. Everyone else kind of moves in. We're already up to 25 skeletal minions coming from the side of Touch of Honey. It does look like we are going to have a Mortal Punisher coming out in the very near future. Do move over and just start on this camp before they go in and take that. Not that it really makes a difference. Camps don't go away on this map. The only map that's like that. The Punisher goes in and actually lands on Lemore, catches that a little bit. We do have Butcher and Dahaka moving out to try and catch him on so. We're kind of like the Mortar Punisher is not the best one to push with, so we're going to kind of ignore it and just paint the map red, blue. There we go. This has been Here Are Your Colors with Raka. This is always the thing that feels the worst because you have to clear this out, but you have no experience with clearing it. Alright, let's go pushing. Both teams are kind of split right now. Sonar up top. Very, very even experience. They're moving in. Butcher's looking for a side charge. Butcher currently up to 168. There's Sonar. Sonar moves in. He's going to get a decent bit of damage, but just going to charge out. Here's everyone else coming in from below. Lamort's tried to come in to help Sonar, but Sonar didn't need it, so Lamort backed off. Wisely done. Alright, that goes in and gets cleaned up. We're gonna have shamans coming up across the map on both sides at the moment. God dang it, Balby! Mort is moving up. This is very, very tense. We do have, for the first time this game, an experience advantage coming from the side of a touch of honey. They've also gotten both Punishers so far. Third one will be a Frozen, I'm almost positive. Yep.
Gathers within the shrine. It will be made to serve us.
So, using the damage dodge, this throw comes up right now to be killed by that. There is a lot of stuff there. Diablo goes in and uses that. The combustion caught like 4 people. Great job. Ace is taking a lot of damage, just going to teleport back. Oh, decent bit of damage, but actually it's going to be the first one to fall. This is the first time the fight has started in favor of LLAMS. Quiet time takes a little bit of damage, but the disengage is very, very strong. It's just like the ability to blow up is not really there. But they maybe go ahead and get this Frozen Punisher on the side of LLAMS because their opponent will not be back for another 25 seconds and are going to have to think twice about engaging into this. They're not taking everything out just yet, however. They are eager. They're saying, you know what, we can be here. We can move into this. Okay, we don't have to further push coming out. There is going to be a counter kill or a counter push coming from the goats, but the goats aren't going to do a whole lot. You hear the Punisher comes out. First one that has actually come out on the side of LLAMS. What will they do with it? What values will they unlock? Goats did very, very little. Knocked it down to about 80% health. There is the big apocalypse. Great disengage coming from the side of the body, but massive damage. Remember when I said that they didn't have a lot of damage on our blow up? Apparently they heard me and they're like, I'm gonna show this girl, oh my god. Say we don't have damage. Watch what's gonna happen to Butcher, and I couldn't because it happened too fast. Butcher is at 200, however. Did finish up the quest. Oh, I've even got him selected. Go me. Go ahead and have with the Butcher down for another 10 seconds. They say, let's get the neutral camp, and then I'm sure they'll move for their own. The Butcher will have to run across the map. Nope, they could be wrong. They go ahead and are they actually engaging into this? They do see Dahaka up top. Blaze is going up there to try and stop that. The Butcher is on the way. Alright, looking for an engage. Here comes Lamort from the side. Catches Black Jesus for a little bit. There was the silence. Diablo is a lamb to the slaughter. You have a kill onto Stoic. Lamort is the next target. Tiger's looking for the kill. Going in for the thrill. But no, Lamort does survive. Ace, on the other hand, not so lucky. It's going to teleport right in the middle of the entire enemy team. It does get going cleanly cleaned up. That wasn't redundant at all. That's what we're talking about. You go and have the bottom port being taken out. Now they'll go in and take their opponent's camp. You got the neutral, but we got yours. They are coming up for this one. It is seen by their opponent. They only have about 3 seconds, and then 4 of their opponents will be back. And Dahaka is not with this group. They could engage here potentially. Okay, Stoner goes in. There's a big combustion coming out. Catches 2 people. That was odd. I don't know why they went in and used an ult and then didn't actually commit. Like, if you're going to blow the combustion, granted the combustion is not that long. It's only a minute. But still, if you're going to use it, then you should go in. I think it's because did Dahaka burrow in? They might have. Alright, Lamort is once again the lamb to the slaughter. A Diablo lamb for the slaughter. Still alive, but not for much longer. Just going to blow out their souls. Malaha is right in the middle. Is Deckard, but he's with the entire enemy team. A lot of them sleep, but not quite enough. However, here's Mephisto. Mephisto is back with a vengeance. So many low health bars. We do have Tychus down. Stoic is like, this is what I was made for? And we do have a kill onto Dahaka as well. That is a 2 for 1. Okay, 2 for 2. Diablo did die, but Diablo is already back. So this is going to be a Mortar Punisher coming down the top lane. It does feel as if LLAMS has an advantage. This is going to be another 40 seconds for the Dahaka back. The Dahaka can burrow in. I do not believe there's going to be any silver minis left in 40 seconds. However, down at the bottom, there is a massive wave coming in. Don't forget about that. But it does look like the call has been made. A touchdown is abandoning the top lane. They do have level 20s at this point. Looking quickly. Ah, that is not what I wanted at all. Looking quickly, they are going to take Big Red Button, Slaughterhouse, Change its Survival, Rewind, and Ritual of Life.
Red team has summoned a Mortar Punisher.
So interestingly, they're actually going to move to the middle, and are they ganking Butcher? They might be. They might have an idea this is happening. Daily Peach, you're about to have a bad time? Oh, slight hesitation actually cost them the camp. That's unfortunate. If they had the camp as well, this push would be a lot stronger. Level 20s are obtained by LLAMS as well. If we go ahead and take minutes, bottom is flat, flash fire, there's one of us, and Hellgate.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
I had to look what Mimic did because I legitimately didn't even know. Like I said, I don't really do stuff. So did you go ahead and get the top fort and of course bottom? So all 3 forts on the side of Trudge and Honey are gone. 2 forts are technically still alive for LLAMS. This one has 2,700 health. This one has 800. So an errant sneeze will even up the map, but for right now, it is actually advantageous for LLAMS. interesting. It's like they're bush partying right here, but I don't know why. There's like 2 minutes till like camp comes up. Alright, Sonar moves in. Does go and get stunned. They are moving. They are moving into the infuser. We do have a triangle onto Quiet Time. Quiet Time goes in to stop for a second. There is the dragon out. Dragon starts blowing away. And it does look like having baited out the Dragon Queen, they say, you know what, you can have that camp. We got Dragon Queen. No one actually committed an ult though. Surprisingly though, they are trying to poke at this instead of dealing with the Shaman Camp. The Shaman Camp will get a lot of value if it doesn't get taken out. It doesn't really realize that. They say, okay, we're going to go for the top, take care of that.
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
Alright, here's a big engage. Sorry, I know I could use better words than that. Oh my goodness! Freaking Sonar has been at no health for like 20 minutes? Sonar is the, like, MV survival? I don't know about MVP, but the unkillable guy dude? Like, I cannot believe how long he was alive. I also, it's hilarious whenever, like, freaking Diablo just, like, picks up the Odin.
Blue team dominated.
I'm a bit surprised that they're picking up a camp right now. They've dominated the enemy team. I guess they are having to go ahead and pick up the Arcane Punisher as well. Alright, they go ahead and just continue turning the map red at the moment. Just a lot of free push in various areas. Are they going to go across? I bet they are. And the answer is absolutely, of course they are. They're 39ing this, and they do go ahead and send Rennie down below. This will allow all of their opponents to come up. Like, they're making an attempt to take this back. I don't see it very much chance of it working. Yep, they're just going to get it at this, and we don't want to give up any kills here. We know the Punisher's coming. We know we don't really have a chance of, like, team wiping them. We don't need the Punisher coming out in the middle. There comes the Commander Odin. Jump over, goes ahead and gets the tank as expected. Diablo goes through, does go ahead and use that. Unstoppable does everyone keep from happening. Lamort does back off. There is the big red button. Nuke land. Does not hit anyone. Nice. Heal onto the Black. However, that's best damage hitting onto this fight time. Fight time down to about 500. Never mind. Fight time down to about 0. Daily Peach getting a lot of damage onto them. The epic reveal of Butcher ends up not carrying the game. Unfortunately, it was a nice attempt. We do go ahead and have the first of the game going down against the might of LLAMS, and they are moving straight in. Has fallen to the and we do have game number 2 going in favor of LLAMS. That was a bit jerky at the end there. I apologize. All right, looking at things at the end of the day, let's go ahead and look at our healing numbers. We do have support main. Not surprising on Alexstrasza. Alexstrasza's ult definitely helps her pad her numbers quite a bit, but does heal for 107,000 versus Decker's 84,000. Looking at hero damage, we have Mephisto running away with it. Ace is terrified. Keep in mind that they actually, no, they ban out May. Never mind, they did not ban out Ace. But Ace just proves topping the board once again. Tychus comes in second with 65,000. Let me just say that again. Tychus, with his percent damage going into Diablo, was out damaged by 40,000 by Mephisto. That's not saying that Tychus did a bad job. That's saying, oh my freaking god, Ace. And then Greymane is going to be coming in third with 60,000. For the ever important Soak, we do have Sonar running away with it, getting 26,000, followed by Dahaka's 18,000. Looking at talents, if you want to copy them down, if you want to use them, if you want to put them in your own games, go for it. Look quickly though, because I'm already being invited to the next game. Hello, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 3, the rubber match, going on between A Touch of Honey and LLAMS. Great question was actually asked in chat just now, asking what LLAMS actually stood for. No idea. I know that when they moved on from being last season's Phoenix Rising Citrain, for a brief period they were ALMS, and then they changed it, but I don't know what those letters actually stand for. Actually, you know what? LLAMS is the just first letter of all the team members, because you have Lego Legali, Lamort, Ace, Malaha, and Stoic, so I bet that's what it is. We do have, once again, same band, still don't like Johanna, still don't like the Maiev. Was it Lego Legali here previously? I don't remember saying that name. I feel like he was here previously. Alright. There is the Brightwing. Brightwing being taken by Malaha. Oh, okay, that makes sense. I was thinking, I'm like, I figured it out, but then I'm like, but there's a problem?
Our world is worth fighting for.
Alright, we do have May coming out. May was not banned this time, and they want to make sure it's not picked up because May is terrifying. I'm a bit surprised that they still let Mephisto. We also have Black Jesus once again on Dahaka. Seems to like that hero, does not want to get to a different hero.
Victory for the Forsaken.
So Stoic is back onto Sylvanas. Discovered that it was a little bit too easy to pick on whenever they were on the Greymane. So Sylvanas does a lot of damage, but it's a little bit better being able to escape. And then Lega Legali is like, hey, we played Blaze before, but you ain't never seen me play Blaze. There is the Mephisto. And they do ban out the Greymane. Obviously, since Stoic is not going to get onto the Greymane, they don't necessarily want... Sorry, I'm kind of like, ugh. They don't want their opponents to be able to run it. Don't blame them. That makes sense. I wouldn't want them running it either. So with that, we do go ahead and have... Oh, interesting. Imperious. Daily Peach is going on the Stab Daddy. Well, one of the Stab Daddies. I personally... My favorite Stab Daddy is always Alarak, but Imperious still holds a special place in my heart. We also have the Vala being taken up by Jared. Still have not taken their healer. Surprise! If you didn't know, support main is the healer. I know it's confusing sometimes. So it is interesting. Malaha takes Brightwing immediately. They save their other healers for the very, very end. I guess it makes sense though. You don't expect to do double support, so it doesn't really make a difference.
For the frozen prize.
Mark will go to a nuke, and then Ace on the Ace on Zeratul. We just have like evil characters everywhere. Not that Zeratul's like necessarily evil. But you've got the, like, Psychotics, Snapdragon, the Queen of the Forsaken, the Pyromaniac, the, like, Undead Serving Beetle, and then the Dark Templar Hierarch. Yeah, they're going to wish that they had not let Lucio through. I think Lucio may have been a better band than Greymane, because Lucio will do a lot to, like, mitigate a lot of this burst damage that's going to be coming out of, our red team, Long. Oh, we'll go ahead and get into the game right about now. Look forward to it. I know I am. Alright, coming into the game, this is Cursed Hollow. I did actually explicitly point it out, but you probably noticed that we did a first ban and a first pick once again on the side of LLAMS, which means that once again this is the map pick coming out of Touch of Honey. We do have support main playing that Lucio, already dashing around, having a good time. Having such a good time. Would you go in and also have Quiet Time on that May? Black Jesus once again on the Dahaka, Daily Peach on the Imperious, and... Please let me click on this guy.
3,
Jared Rossi is on the Vala. There we go. We do go and have on the other side, in the other trunk. Stoic is playing the Queen of the Forsaken, Sylvanas herself. Lega Legali in the game as Blaze. We have Lamort playing the Anubarak. Malaha is once again on the Brightwing, and Ace on Zeratul. Lega Legali getting immediately attacked on. We do have Brightwing teleporting in. Sportman has to fall back. A lot of damage coming in from Lucio. There is a stab. It looks like we have the first blood onto Like a Legully, hey, you missed some games and they are here to let you keep catch up on all the deaths you should have got. Such a nice set of guys. Doc is moving up into the top lane. I'm taking a lot of damage, but we'll have to go ahead and deal with his straight or possibly doing well. Do have the rotation down below. Everyone going and moving through. Alaha and Stoke trying to hold this back. Meanwhile, Zeratul is moving up onto the mercenary again. I don't know that Zeratul can do this by himself. Okay, Stoke says nope, he cannot. Here we have a bit of a extreme rotation over to get Giants. Okay, Quiet Time does go back. Kind of moving back and forth. A little bit of pressure coming out in the Quiet Time. I think they can pick that up. Giants for middle push. It does look like they want to support the middle push and not just the middle push Giants as well. This is not about experience. This is about actually doing some damage. Poor Brightwing gets frozen because they came in and tried to do a help. Lot of things coming out of base. Quiet Time takes a bit, gets down to about 20%. And Victorious Sylvain can shut down those towers. They're trying to get some structure damage done here, and they'll get some of it done. It looks like they do have to fall back. Maybe he's just looking for that stab over the wall, but none of them get close enough in order to let her do that.
Gather tribute and earn my favor.
I can find Dahaka does get stabbed here longer than Lega does. Hello, Blitz Queen. How you doing? Both of them are coming for their camps right as the shrine gets, or the shrine, the tribute starts to spawn. Go ahead and have this moving through once again. 1 second, guys. Have to unfortunately drop a match, so that will not be done in the next 9 minutes. These guys took forever. Alright, we got the Sylvanas being taken out. Sorry about that. I know I didn't really cast that engagement. There's a game that started in 9 minutes. I needed to make sure I wasn't in support. Otherwise, they would end up as a thing like, hey, upload the thing, and I wasn't there, and blah, 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 blah. So we go ahead and have this. Malaha is in the bottom, going ahead and trying to get this done. Daily Beast tried to stab a Brightwing, but not going to be allowed to.
I grow tired of your pets.
Meanwhile, I was looking at Brightwing teleport. We just go ahead and have Zeratul take out. That is going to be the first kill coming out of the side of LLAMS fight. Tribute is spawning here very, very shortly. So this will be coming up in just a little bit. Lamort is going to go ahead and screen this a little bit. Here comes the engage. We do go ahead and have Lega and Ace not actually here just yet. No way they're going to let Lamort get away from that. There's a nice double stun. Jared Rossi takes a bit of damage. I'm going to have to get back down to about 100 health. He'll get burned by Lega. Lega wants this kill. Then the back line Stoic is going to be a huge amount of damage. He's about to be taken out, but we do have to kill on Davala. Zeratul is on his way back. Or maybe not. Okay, there he is. Zeratul, you looking a liar out of me? Don't do that. Ace is currently the target. Just trying to turn around. A nice teleport out. We do have a kill onto. That is a 2-for-1 in favor of Katapani. That beetle is just not letting them channel, but it does look like they're going to get the second tribute on the side of Tetchapani. There's Lego Ace going in to pick these up. This next tribute is where it really needs to come together. They do have level 10s at this point. So on the side of Tetchapani, we do go and have Rain of Vengeance, Angelic Armaments, Adaption, Avalanche, and High Five. On the other side, we do have Void Prison coming out of that Terratula, Bunker Drop, Blink Eel, Wailing Arrow, and a new brand, which is not sure. Is this any possibility this is not King though? To be honest. Lamort once again. Lamort is just, I love how hopeful Lamort is. Lamort is just like, no, I'm going to try and channel this. Surely they will be Ace. It's focused, there's Void Prison coming out. Catches a lot of people. Lamort is setting up. No, never mind. I thought I was going to front. Nice snowball cannon. Just go ahead and avalanche 2 people. There's going to be a cycle almost immediately. Brightwing goes down. Lego Legali and Lamort looking very, very low. And you go ahead and charge out of there. Lego Legali is the target. Support main says, I'm not going to let you out of here. Check this out. Boop! And there is the curse. No one in the bottom lane. These are just going to start carving through these guys. Meanwhile, here in the middle is where a lot of the enemy players are. It does look like Quiet Time was fighting against Stoic and said, you know what, this is not something that Mei should be doing. It's a bad idea, my friend.
Blue team has destroyed the fort.
Here's everyone else going moving it. They're trying to take middle court. They're moving into top court right now. I apologize. I forget to cash for a while.
Blue team has destroyed a fort. My curse.
Top court does go down, so this is going to get to move well as well. Just one little, so that is 2 forts in the first phase. And keep in mind, their opponents have not picked up a single punch so far. So whatever the engage strategy that was in place for LLAMS definitely not working out right. A lot of pressure coming in on this thing. Not going to allow. They already got the top one. The top one is moving into this gate right now. The bottom one is going to be picked up with no contest and put pressure onto this fort. This undefended fort. All of its defenses are gone. And they just keep on running around with a big old blue paintbrush. So you know what? This is white. White's an okay color, but blue is even better. To be fair, honestly, how many colors for white are there? Like, there's a billion different shades of blue. But white, you have white, off-white, and, like, ivory, and that's, like, it? Alabaster, maybe?
Blue team has destroyed a fort.
So there goes the third fort down for the blue team. Not gonna see that anymore. Here's is, meanwhile, we do have a, oh, is this possibly negative? They're pushing in. Lego Legali is up here, as is Ace. That is a 5 versus 2. They're not going to be able to move in against that anytime soon or anytime later. Double trouble. Thankfully, Lucky's can be turned off by Sylvanas. That's going to help mitigate the damage a lot. But it looks like this is going to be a free pickup for Jared Wolski. They did actually pull up the Void Prison, and again, this is my big, granted, I'm a bronze player, so don't let me, talk bad about anyone, but if I had one piece of advice for these teams, is that I keep seeing them
Gather
use
tributes
ults
or face
when I don't feel like they need to use the ult, and there's no follow-up field, they just sort of, donate it. So we do have a great tribute for Tetapani. That's going to be very, very difficult for their opponents to clean up or to take from them. Alright, no real attempt. They say that's a bad decision for us. We just need to wait and bide our time. Both teams are level 16, but there is an experience advantage on the side of Tetapani.
Shall we see who gathers enough tribute this time?
Alright. Now, people stop messaging me while I'm doing stuff. Alright, people moving in right now. Sorry, I had to check to make sure that these messages were urgent. Got a bit of a weird situation happen in my division. I want to see if I had to respond to anything immediately. The answer is no, I do not. Still, once it, that's the difference between Sylvanas play. Did say, oh, yep, okay, that's the problem. I was was able to get out of there, but then that triple avalanche just completely removed all of his support from him. Lamort, oh my gosh, that arrow just chased Lamort down, said, no, you're going to die? That always the extra feels bad whenever you just see that arrow coming through the ether towards you. Like it's already locked on. And once again, we do have the curse unlocked on the side of Tetapani. Only Zeratul is alive. He's fighting Phylactes in the middle, but that means there's no one defending top and no one defending bottom. Top is already on peak. Bottom is still on wall for right now, but there are 4 members here, and that's not going to last very much longer. In fact, it's not going to last until the end of that sentence, if I'm being completely honest, and I'm always honest. I'm an honest and forthright individual. What do you want from me? So will they go for 4 here? The answer is no. They say that our opponents are coming back too quickly. Let's go ahead and get as much structure as we can here. They do have level 20s. Now, after that, that is hilarious. Change survival, flash freeze, and missing fire.
Has destroyed a fort.
Does look like all keeps are going down. Ignore the announcer. The announcer is a big liar. They call it a fort. It is not. It is a keep.
Let the curse end.
So the good news for LLAMS is that at this point the curse literally doesn't matter because they have nothing to turn off. It actually still does, it of course reduces the health of minions, but you know, Oh, there's a nice, nice, nice. Oh, Lamort does not get the triple stun. He's looking for it. Does actually miss everyone. Lamort very, very, very low is being hunched down by Deadly Peach. But Deadly Peach is going to be cocoon. There is the Lamort moving in. So Lamort is going to be taken down initially. Stoic is the next one. Does have to teleporting into the enemy team. Not going to be taken out. That is a 3 for nothing. Lego Legali looking not too much too healthy for this. And there is another kill. Ace is trying to get everything done. Ace says, I can kill you all. No, you cannot, Ace. That is a 5-man team wide. GG is called. I agree. There is boss on 4. And there we go. So with that said, let me go ahead and see if I can get a interview set up. One moment. I have to go to the break screen while I get it set up, because otherwise you just see all the stuff I'm doing. All right. Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome. Ignore the screen for just a second. I am actually joined by. I just looked at this. I already forgot. Dex Check. Who? That is not a name I recognize. So
Yeah, it's support main.
Support main. Okay, fantastic. Let me go ahead and get that updated right quick. First of all, how are you guys feeling? That was an incredible series.
Yeah, it was pretty tough, but I'm pretty glad that we pulled through.
So, okay, first question I have. Oh, dang it. This must be your first season at NGS?
Yes, it is.
So that's fine. I have a lovely thing that displays stats from the previous season, but when I tried to type it in for you, it was like, I don't know who that is. And I'm like, okay. So I guess on the screen, everyone gets to check out quiet time stats from last season. But
Yeah, we're all rookies, and we got in it because we have some friends over at the Frankfurters. And they really helped push us to go make our own team.
Definitely makes sense. So, looking at things right quick, we do go ahead and have so get back to game number 1. You did actually get to pick all 3 maps this time around. Was there some specific reason you wanted to run these maps into this team, or is it just these are the maps we like and so we ran them?
When it comes to map picks, we definitely prefer being able to choose our options when it comes to the maps over the first pick. And considering the 2 laners were banned, we enjoyed having the maps we chose. We think that they really fit our comps and what we wanted to do.
Okay, apparently you were blastingly loud. I turned you down a lot. I'm sure they're about to tell me to turn you back up. So, okay. Okay. With that being said, did I actually turn it so far down I can't hear you anymore?
Can you hear me now?
Okay, good, fantastic. A little bit up. Okay, I can do that. Sorry about this. Super professional caster. Um, so definitely makes sense. Going back to game number one. Game number one kind of seemed like the it was the most dominant of the games that we saw. You definitely seem to have a strategy when you went into that. Is that a the biggest moment I saw in that was when they actually invaded you guys when you were at the lower camp. Um, and then later they ended up like you retreated away from the camp and then they just sort of took it and then you guys came back right as they picked it up. Did you guys not think they would actually grab the camp when you left, or it seemed a little bit surprising?
No, we were totally expecting that. After the first boss in which they got it, we were a little nervous, and so we knew that with the Falstad and the main Urel, it was definitely too hard to go for it. So we wanted them to have the pressure of going in on it, and as they began to retreat away, we were able to, cut them off and kill them off.
Yeah, it definitely did work out. It was one of those things where they got the boss and then it's like, okay, well they got a boss but they can't really get a lot done because almost all of them are dead. I think maybe one person survived.
Yeah, it was definitely a risk play, but it ended up working in our favor.
It absolutely did. Moving up to the next match, I think you know what's about to happen, but tell me about Butcher.
Yeah, the butcher is a favorite of ours. He's definitely high risk, and we were definitely enjoying it. Uh, I think the big problem in that match was definitely not the butcher, but instead just our ability to execute. And maybe we'll see it in future games.
Well, definitely look forward to because I you definitely you played Butcher very well. He got to 200 stacks with dying maybe once, and maybe not at all. I noticed he died and had 200 stacks, so it may have actually been done before he even died the first time. But still, very well played. It's just it sort of felt like you kind of had control of game number two until abruptly you didn't.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think I picked the Alexstrasza a little too early in that comp, and the Mephisto just AOE damage. We needed a little bit more healing. Perhaps the right wing would have been able to fix that.
Quite possibly. I was a bit surprised. So, and this may be a question you don't want to answer, and if so, that's fine. Obviously, don't answer it. I whenever you came to bans, you banned out the Johanna every single game, and I was a bit surprised. Even after the Brightwing completely just messed you up, Johanna still had a higher priority ban for you than Mephisto did. I think I said Brightwing. I don't know why. Um, is that specific to this team, or is there just something about Johanna that you just kind of hate in your comps?
You can definitely say that we're not afraid of Johanna. Tonight we were looking to ban it because it was just in our game plan. However, we definitely are able to face it, and we're excited to face it in the future.
All right, very diplomatic answer. I love it. And then moving on to Cursed Hollow. Cursed Hollow, you didn't let them get a single tribute all game. You ended up getting two turn ins and then you just ended up winning. What did you change between game two and game three that kind of led to such a kind of stark turnaround and how much control you had over the game?
I think the big turnaround was just that we were able to move as a unit more, fully pushing forward with each successive kill and not letting their CC hold us back. Um, and just every time we were looking to fight them, they didn't want to push forward, which was understandable. And that's how we got every trib.
Well, so yeah, because I definitely would see where the fights would keep going as you were chasing, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, okay, someone got the trip. I'm not looking at it right now. So, but yeah, great games. Very very well controlled. It is funny. You were two of the teams that had a perfect record, and not surprisingly, when two perfect record teams go together, not only can neither of them, not both of them win, but you also ended up not letting the dominations continue for both of you. So very good series, very even teams. It felt like. So go ahead and
Yeah,
turn it over to you for this. Oh,
it
go
was
ahead.
definitely a big goal of ours to be able to 2-0 today, and we're a little disappointed that we didn't. But we're looking forward to our match tomorrow and hoping to get another one.
All right. So let me go ahead and turn this over to you for the shout outs I'm sure you want to give because you certainly deserve to. Oh, actually, before that, I do have one question. Um, where does the name Touch of Honey come from?
Touch
I
of
ask
Honey.
everyone this.
It's actually not as interesting as it might seem. When we were coming up with names, we just imagined what a bunch of them could be. And one of the names we liked was actually a Chen talent, a touch of honey, and that's where we get our name. Uh, but it it's funny. We went through a rigorous process, and that's just the one we ended up picking.
Definitely makes it okay. Now I'll turn it over to your shout outs that you want to give. Sorry, I'm completely like distracted now.
It's completely fine. If I had to give some shout outs, I want to shout out my entire team. You know, I have to obviously thank them for being here and allowing us to do NGS, as well as the enemy team. They put up a great fight, and I can't wait to face them in the future. As well as the Frankfurters in our division, you know, essential in keeping us, you know, pushing forward and trying to always keep getting better. As well as our fans we have in the background, Sarah and Tom. You know, want to make sure we keep giving out good games for them.
Well, you definitely gave out good games today. It was a blast to cast. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And with that, I'll go ahead and let you go. Enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
I'll try.
Have a good one. And for everyone else, let me go ahead and get you guys on out of here. It does look like Bankai is still streaming, so let's get you over to him.